Welcome class. In this video, I'm going to do a question still on standard costing, but this is a more difficult question. Okay, so I'll be showing you the question here. Let's go through the question first. Okay, this is our question. Gladwell Limited makes one product. Budgeted information is as follows. If you check the selling price per unit, but don't forget they said budgeted. We have direct material, direct labor. You can all see from there. Then during April, 10,000 units are produced and sold. Okay. The following variances arose from the production and sales. So if sales price 20,000 favorable, material price 8.4 favorable, usage 10,000 adverse, labor rate 2050 adverse, labor efficiency 4.5 adverse. Required. State the formula used to calculate each of these variances. Okay? Number one, we have sales price variance. As you remember, we said it's flexible budgeted sales minus actual sales. Then next we have material price variance, and the formula for material price variance we said is standard price minus actual price, all being multiplied by the actual quantity. Then material usage, we said it's standard quantity minus actual quantity, all being multiplied by the standard price. Then we have labor rate variance, which is standard price, standard rate minus actual rate, all being multiplied by the actual hours. Then lastly, labor efficiency, it's standard hours minus actual hours, all being multiplied by the standard rate. That's then the big part of the question now. Calculate for April the actual. If you check here, these are budgeted, but what we only have for the actual during April, 10,000 are produced. So if you are saying they've been produced, which means these are actual units produced and sold, then calculate for April the actual selling price per unit. Then if we check from the question, what is related to the selling price, we go to the sales price variance. So let's go write the formula for the sales variance. We are now saying sales price. Remember the one for the actual. Okay. The question is, let's write the question. That's B1. B1. We want the actual selling price per unit. They didn't say the actual sales. So the formula which is related, we agreed it's the sales price. And what's the formula for the sales price? We said it's FBS minus actual sales. Flexible budgeted sales minus actual sales. Okay. Then, if we substitute now, here, let's now substitute. Let's go to the question. If we go back to our question, let's go to the source of the question. Okay. Then if you check from the question, we have budgeted selling price per unit. And we said FBS, it's budgeted selling price per unit times actual units sold. And we have the actual units sold is 10,000. Then minus actual sales. But the actual sales are not given. But we have been given the answer. If you say FBS minus AS, the answer we get, that's your sales price variance. That's 20,000, which is favorable. Okay, so let's go to the board now. Let's go substitute now those figures. So instead of writing sales price, we are now putting 20,000. And they said it's a favorable. So favorable, it means it's a what? It's a negative. Okay. Equals to FBS. Remember, we said budgeted selling price per unit is $55 per unit, multiplied by the actual unit sold is 10,000, minus actual sales, it's unknown, let's call it X. So let's substitute this becomes 550,000, isn't it? 55 times 10,000. So we are going to take this minus x this side, it becomes x equals to, this is 550,000. If we multiply, then if minus 10,000 goes to this side, it becomes plus 20,000. Okay. Then if we add, we get 570,000. Remember, x is your actual sales. But the question wants you to calculate the selling price per unit. So we have to divide this by the actual units sold. So our answer is $57 per unit. That's the first part of the question. Okay. Let's go to a new page, to the next part of the question. Okay. Let's enjoy. Okay. The next part of the question, they want us to calculate what? I first summarize from the question here. They want us to calculate the quantity of material used in total. So for the quantity of material, the formula for quantity, remember, it's standard quantity minus actual quantity multiplied by the standard what? Price. SQ minus AQ, then in brackets times standard price. So here our standard quantity, we don't have the standard quantity. Remember we said when the standard quantity for you to calculate it, it's a budgeted quantity of material to produce 1 unit times actual output. So here our direct material, we need 4 kilos. Then these 4 kilos, we multiply by the actual unit produced, that's 10,000. So it's 4 times 10,000, that's 40,000. Minus X, our actual quantity, that's the one we are looking for, isn't it? In brackets, multiplied by the standard price. Our standard price is what? 5 here. Let's go and do the calculation. So we are saying, remember we are looking for the actual. That's D2 here. So the actual quantity of material used. Okay, so the formula is standard quantity minus actual quantity, then we multiply by the standard price. Remember we said our standard quantity, we are going to say 4 kilos times actual units produced, that's 10,000, minus X, we close brackets, then our standard price, remember we said it's what? 5. You can check from the question. So this becomes, then when it was calculated, our answer was calculated, remember from the question, the answer, if we check, when it was calculated, our answer was, let's check, it's material usage, it's 10,000 adverse, 10,000 adverse, that's negative. Okay, so let's go put the answer here, equals to 10,000 negative. Okay, so let's substitute now. So if we multiply here, it becomes 40,000 minus X, then we have 5 here equals to negative 10,000. So we can divide both sides by what? By 5. To eliminate this 5, if we divide by 5 here, so we are left with 40,000 minus X equals to 2,000. Remember, it's still negative 2,000. Then we take this one here, this comes here, so it becomes 40,000 plus 2,000 equals to X. So therefore, our X, which is our quantity, that's 42,000 kilos. 42,000 kilos. Okay, that's the question. Make sure you maintain these answers. They might be needed in the next question. Okay. In the next one, I want to check. Let's go back to the source. Okay, what's the requirement of the question? Let's check. I want to make it faster so that our video won't be too much long. Next one, they want us to determine the actual. Don't forget the actual material price per kilo. The formula for material price is standard price minus actual price. The standard price, we already have it. Yeah, it's $5 per kilo. Remember, it's the price. Remember, there's a difference between standard price and the selling price. Isn't the standard price is the price of purchasing material per kilo. It's different from the selling price. So standard price, that's $5 per kilo times minus actual price, which is not given. That's the one we are looking for. It becomes X. We close brackets times actual quantity, which we have calculated, which is 42,000, equals to, when the answer was calculated, we have 8.4 favorable. So let's go do the working. Remember, we are still looking for actual. So here we need the actual material price. That's B3. Okay. So the formula, it's SP minus AP. Then there is actual what? Quantity here. So let's substitute instead of putting material price. Remember, our answer is 8.4, which is favorable, equals to standard price. Remember, we said we have it's $5 per kilo minus X. Then outside there is actual what? Quantity. This one, the one we have just calculated here. That's the 42,000 I'm using. Okay. So we divide both sides by 42,000. Both sides by 42,000. Okay. So it becomes 8.4 divided by 42,000. It's 0.2 equals to 5 minus X. Okay, we put X here equals to 5. If we take this one here, therefore our X equals to 5 minus 0.2. That's $4.8 per kilo. Per kilo. It's per unit. Remember, this is the actual price, the AP. Okay, let's go to the next part of the question. Okay. If we go to the next part of the question, let's go to the source again. Next part of the question, quickly. Okay, the next part of the question, they want us to determine the number of labor hours worked. Number of labor hours, we are going to use the labor efficiency variance. What is the formula for labor efficiency? Standard hours minus actual hours, or being multiplied by the standard rate. So if we check here, we don't have what's the formula for calculating SQ. If you remember, in my major workings in standard costing, I said SQ is normally calculated. It's budgeted hours to produce 1 unit, which is 2 hours, times actual units produced, that's 10,000. So 2 times 10,000, that will be 20,000. We shall use it in the, okay. Then minus actual hours. We don't have the actual hours. That's the one we are looking for. We close brackets. Then outside there will be standard rate. Standard rate is the amount which is going to be paid per hour worked. So people are being paid $89 per hour. That's 9. That's our standard rate. Then when it was calculated, we got 4.5, which is adverse. Let's go quickly do the question. So let's open a new page here. Okay, so we want remember we are dealing with actuals. Remember, so we are saying here we need the actual hours worked, okay? Actual hours worked, so we use the labor efficiency. What's the formula for labor efficiency? Standard hours minus actual hours, then we have the standard rate. So if we substitute here, we have got, remember, 4.5, but it was adverse, so it's negative, equals to SH. Remember, we said budgeted out to produce 1 unit is 2 times 10,000 minus X, your AH. Then our standard rate, if you still remember, it's 9. You can check from the question. Okay, so if we substitute to divide both sides by what? By 9, so it becomes 4.5 divided by 9, it becomes 20,000 minus X. But don't forget, this is negative 4.5. Then you make X the subject of the formula, it becomes X equals to 20,000, and if you take this one, it becomes still positive divided by 9. Therefore, our answer equals to, it's now positive. It comes this side, okay? It's now positive, okay? So, that's 4.5 divided by 9 plus 20,000, okay? Calculate, you get 20,500. And make sure you keep this answer, it's likely going to be used. That's our, still, this is our 4, okay? We might use it in the next question. What's the next question? Remember, we are calculating the actual results, okay? So if you go to the actual results, now this is 4, we are now dealing with 5, okay? It's 5, it's now 5, okay? Labor rate. They want us to calculate the labor rate, so we use the labor rate formula. What's the labor rate formula? Standard rate minus actual rate, then outside we have the actual hours. And when it was calculated, we had 2050, which is an adverse. You can check from the question, okay? Then our standard rate, we have used it, it's 9 minus x. The actual hours, we have calculated them in the previous question. Check here, 20.5. Then we put our 20 what? 500. So, if we quickly substitute here, let's quickly substitute. It becomes, we divide both sides by 20,500 divided by 20,500. So it becomes 2050 divided by 2,500. Let me calculate. We have 0,1 equals to 9 minus x. Then we put x here equals to, then we put 0,1 this side, it becomes 9. Remember, this was negative, it becomes plus 0,1. Therefore, if you add 9 plus 0,1, so it becomes 9,1 per hour. So it's 9,1. 9,1 per hour. That's your labor rate. So that's your labor rate. So that's the answer. So sometimes they might give you a question where they might give you the answers. Then they want you to calculate back the hours, the material price, etc. Thank you.